Hi, Alex.
We're here again.
We've made it to episode 3.
Oh God, how we doing?
This life.
That. Hope are doing well. Oh. Maybe we no go drag us. Hey.
You see, because everybody, I think throughout last, everybody was like, seize podcast mic. Operation seize podcast mic. Because at this point, everybody has a podcast mic.
Everybody.
But I think we are doing well.
Yeah, I'm sure we should be doing.
I think so far the only fans we have are the people. Our people are Korean.
People in the studio are
People
laughing
in
at
the
us.
studio, they are laughing at us. They don't just want to laugh out loud. But
It's all right.
I think if they are enjoying it, we're also enjoying it because I'm asking for feedback. So, yeah. I shout out to Joseph again.
For
All right.
for stretching us.
Exactly. Now, I want you to notice something about my outfits, apart from episode 1 and 2. Just notice something about my outfit today.
Virtually, that's nice. Yeah. Please don't hire too much. She's off the market.
Yes,
Just-
I am
don't
actually
think of
off the
it.
market.
Don't think of
Yeah,
it.
I received Valentine
She has
gifts.
go.
Not like all of you, single Pringles.
Like us. So I'm
Yeah.
very, very single.
If you notice something about my outfits today, you should ask me a question. Where am I going to?
That's actually true. What's up? Why are you looking so corporate
I
like
go
this?
office. I'm going to office.
Funny enough, me, I can't even well.
We are going to the office today. You know, we have been working remote
so
since.
after this thing like this,
You
now that
finally
office,
stood up to
we
have
go
your
that
bath.
office.
You have bath today.
Right.
We are going to the office
We'll get there.
because the guests we have in house today,
No, this one. You go answer question.
we minimum.
You go explain, Taya. You go
Evidence.
explain. Like, you
Don't
gotta
be.
explain. I suffer because of all these people. All those people for office, I suffer. So you go
We
explain.
have, ladies and gentlemen, we have an HR personnel in the house.
HR specialist.
HR specialist, HR manager,
Lie people. Now they be that. You go explain. They shake your head. They lie.
the opposite of human resources.
Oh my God.
See guys, if you want to drag, the comment section is free for you. Free flow for you.
You answer my
Dragon.
question. You go answer.
Anyway, please don't. We don't like dragons, but if you want to drag us, you can drag. But with sense, please. Some of us have very fragile and weak hearts. We can't take too much. Anyway, we're in the studio today with Moses, and Moses is the popular Oga HR on Twitter, Nigeria. I'm sure he's also reaching some African countries and globally too, because this guy has caused trouble on the face of the earth. Why? Guy, why? But you're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very
You know the funny thing, we did not even introduce ourselves again.
I want to know we be.
Please.
No, my
We are
name,
lifestyle.
No, I don't tell.
We are like, the name of our podcast is Lifestyle Mapping Podcast. And I'm Aya, and this is Alex. And today we have Moses, basically. So, Moses, did you receive Valentine gifts?
Me? Yes, so you think because I like and it cause problem for Twitter, I think I do have love at home.
That's
Please.
nice.
There's love
If
at
you had
home.
said no, I would have said it's because you are wicked.
No, there's love at home. Shame on all of you.
If you had said no, I would have said, oh no, Moses, you are wicked. There's
plenty
something,
love.
okay, so we thank God for your life. At
Yeah.
least you did not carry the wickedness from the workplace into the home. So
Yes.
peace. Shout out to you. Shala. Shala.
I know.
So I think the first time I actually witnessed Moses was on Twitter. There was this particular lady that is also a HR that they were dragging. Please, what was that tweet? What was that tweet? She tweeted something.
Yeah, she was saying a lot of Nigerians are not employable.
Oh yeah, she said they received over 200
200
CVs
and
and she could not even see 20 people.
Yeah.
Please, I'm going to look for that tweet and put it somewhere in this discussion. And this guy, the person that they were dragging, he was not the advocate. Now law you're supposed to read.
Yeah, actually.
You're supposed to read law. Because when it's law misroad, if you see the way he was bantering everybody that was coming for her,
Yeah.
I'm like, is it your fight?
Yeah, I know definitely she not go fight. She won't fight.
If she wants to fight, she'll come outside and fight because she had already started the banter. You're already saying that we did not have sense to be employed. Now you're not saying
That's the problem, right? A lot of us, a lot of Nigerians do not understand what it means when you say you're not employed. I mean, we took the conversation to space now.
Yeah, I remember, but I don't join
Took the
spaces.
conversation to space.
I don't join
We went
spaces.
there to demystify. When we say, we are not saying, oh, Nigeria. I mean, Nigerians are one of the smartest people on earth. Okay. We're not saying, oh, you are so dull and all of that. But I mean, even the process. How are you applying for these jobs? We've seen cases where you will tell people to apply for a job and you say, I am looking for XYZ as a recruiter. I'm looking for someone. Yes. You see bricklayer, you see conductor. Hey, no hustle come my side. You just spoil my work. You just spoil my work.
Hunger day.
Yes, but you just spoil my work.
You think it's easy? You leave school
now,
5 years, you know what?
If I now ask for 10 years experience, I'm looking for a CFO.
10 years.
Then someone who doesn't even have up to 2 years experience.
And the person's not even chartered.
The person is not
even chartered.
Thank you. The person is not even employable at that stage.
You know, concern me.
Simple as that.
I photo for those people. I go apply.
You see, I go apply.
I go apply.
by faith.
I go apply.
Go to church.
I go apply.
It doesn't work that way. See, let me even tell you. What a lot of people don't understand. What a lot of people don't understand is your prayer doesn't work. I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Not like I don't.
My prayer doesn't
Your prayer doesn't work. You are praying for HR. Meanwhile, now machine nine they deal with your CV. So you send your CV. I tell the machine that look for this, and that. You are now praying for HR. I mean, I've already given instruction to.
Do you know what I will tell you and your
machine? Machine will just be cutting you
off. What I'll tell you and your machine. God is bigger than you.
The God
I serve is bigger than you.
My time like this. Server no go day, you go skip man.
If server no day, no problem because nobody go Google even enter.
But I really want to ask, why is it sometimes you have these HRs? For me, I feel it's inhuman. You come up and say you are looking for 10 years experience. I get the check. You write the whole qualification in this life, master degree, PhD in view, 5 years working experience, managerial position. I'll be like, all those things, we for salary of 250,000. With confidence, you will not stress the person.
250K, you will not even do 5 stages of interview.
How many pay me? Written. First interview, maybe with department. Second one, with HR. Third one, final one with MD. I'll be like, everything for how much? 250K. At the end of the day, how will the person now work on that? How will the person survive in that kind of work environment with all this whole kind of stress? And sometimes, I don't know how you people do this whole judge of it thing, but do you guys actually judge based on CV, or do you actually give opportunity to maybe, yes, CV to my matter, but give room to have conversations with 1 or 2 people before you finally, because there's some people that, yes, they might not have, their CV might not look so pushed up. You get what I mean? Like, their CV might not be like all those kind of nice formatting.
They'll say give it European style kind of CV.
But at the end of the day,
US kind of CV.
Those guys, they know the job one. Like, if you don't on that job, the way they will deliver, even you, they might sack you. Because I know someone that's gone for an interview after everything. The person there told him, pump and play. I cannot give you the job. He said, you passed everything. He said, why? He said, because if I give you the job, they will sack me.
Now in his village people.
But he told him, pump and play. They will sack me. You are qualified. I'm like, yeah. Well, 5-man panel. And guess how much was the salary? 110.
5-man.
God.
So there are different ways to actually attack this.
Okay.
First things first, CV. I don't want to know how experienced and how good you are on the job. Okay. If your CV is not good, let's leave play aside. If your CV is not good, you are still joking. Okay. Right? Because now one of the things we've been telling people is this. Your CV is your CV is that document that goes to knock the door on your behalf. So it must come correct and good. All right. Now, we don't even have a problem with people who even pay people to write their CVs for them. And trust me, a good CV is not even determined by the looks, the font, and all of that. No, the content of what we are looking for is basically what we're going to check out at the end of the day. So if your CV is not good, no village person, they chase you. Nobody from your papa compound, they disturb you. Now you they do yourself. So you can be very good and then your CV is terrible. Trust me, you won't even pass that first stage because, I mean, the funny thing a lot of us do not understand is recruiters are very busy people. HRs are very busy people. Same way people who are doing their normal jobs are very busy people. So every recruiter, according to research, has less than a minute to go through a CV.
Okay.
So now, not even all recruiters have the kind of softwares that I have. Some recruiters will look at 1,000 CV one after the other. Now that person, we don't reach 237 CV. Go on day wasting time. They look at your own CV, maybe seeing that trash. No, he has seen better CVs even before looking at yours. He's still going to see much more better CVs after looking at yours. So please, be very logical and help us judge the matter. If now you, they look CV, you don't see CV, you say, this same guy in Nigeria. Can't see another CV, you say, be like saying a bricklayer and I write out. What is this going to happen? All right. So now there's another part. There's another part, to be honest. Yeah. That person who is telling someone that, oh, you're overqualified and you can't be. Trust me, there are people like that. And at them be the devils where would they try kill. I was on a I don't know if it's a podcast or a talk some days ago, and that's basically what I was talking about. You know, some people are the reasons why we in HR we cannot beat the allegation. Let's not lie. Some people are the uncles and the aunties that are most hated in their families. Some of the people doing HR,
They are HR.
they are terrible people. The same way there's a terrible person in finance, the same way there's a terrible person in tech. So I don't know why all of us now amplify the very wicked ones. I can tell you that there are a lot of people in this same industry where they do good. But I don't want to look those ones. Now the ones who they say they always do bad, where they deal with people.
Actually, I think I've had like good, I've had a very good HR experience. I remember when I was working in this fintech and we had a very chilled HR lady. And I don't know if maybe because she liked me, I don't think she actually had. So she would just, if she wants to have conversations with you based on like maybe complaints that someone had, she'll just call you into like her office and she'll be like, hi, how are you? That's how she used to start conversations. And I wish, honestly, I wish other HR persons can actually see and learn from this. She was so calm. She was very calm. And she would just talk to you. And the talk that she was going to talk to, it's not like she's shouting at you or she'll just be like, it has come to my notice that this is a so that is happening. She's so soft spoken. By the time she finished, you said you go, say, I'm not even trying. You understand? But we like that's just one in how many places I've worked in. You understand? And that's like the best HR experience I've ever had. Working like in my work career of close to 7 years. You can imagine. So is it that the majority is then the majority is like tight sister, they are the uncles and aunties that put themselves inside our village people's body that is following us. Or I remember I had an interview with an HR person. The person obviously doesn't know anything about marketing. But I was having this interview with this person. The person was making me feel stupid. So I'm like, you see that the person already have somebody that they want to put for this position. So he or she's trying to. What is the problem exactly? Because in as much as we try to say, oh, okay, it still depends on the management, majority of not majority, some of the decision is based on the impression of the HR too. You understand?
I agree with you. Yeah.
If you are having a job interview, and I think most of the time you have to speak with HR first before they start moving you to like maybe the head of department or something like that. That first impression, and I always try to make a first impression with the HR person I speak with first. I'm always very, very, like, I'm always making that first impression because that is where they see your soft skills. That is where they see your negotiating power, and that is where they actually get to know you as a person. Compared like to now the technical
Yeah,
skills and all
technical, the
of
hard
that
skills and all of
and
that.
all of that. So I just feel generally, and there's something I've realized: a lot of young people don't know what to do when it comes to conversing with an HR person.
Yeah.
And I think it's left to the HR person to actually help. I
Help
like
guide
what you're
them.
trying to do, like coming to speak out more, telling people this is what you're supposed to do and all of that. But truth be told, when I entered into like my whole career, I didn't have that experience speaking with an HR person. I've had an interview when I was quite young in my I've had an interview on the main road. Of course,
Like,
I didn't
I don't
pass.
understand. Both of you were on the merit, or you
Me, I was
you
on the
joined.
phone.
Oh, okay, okay, okay,
I
okay.
was on the phone, but I know that it was the HR's fault in quotes because she just gave me like a time. It was the same day. She wanted me to have that interview the same day, and I was coming back from work, and I had to pick that call on the road. I was close to my house, and I should have told myself that, Auntie, sorry, I am not available at this time. But
Simple,
at that time, I really did not know all of
simple.
this. And right now, because I know my worth, if an HR person reaches out to me and is telling me, "Oh, I need you to have interview tomorrow by 5 p.m.," I'm going to tell you, no, I don't have time. You have to give me at least 2 or 3 days to prepare.
So whether you know your worth or not, I feel like people, again, some candidates are the people fueling some of these bad HRs in quotes,
Okay.
right? Let me tell you, inner gist now. Sometimes
I love
when that person
energies.
tells you, "Oh, let's have this interview immediately," it's because on their own side, they probably forgot to schedule that interview. So maybe they've told them to look for this because every recruitment
Has
is
a
an
timeline.
investment, and it has a timeline. So they tell you you need to close out in 2 weeks, and this person probably focused on another role all through, and then this one, MD now asks, "How far this role now? Why have you not closed this role?" And then the person say, "Oh shit." They've collected CVs. They already know, okay, who they want to call for this interview. That's where they now reach out and say, "Oh, please." Some of them will even be nice to say, "Please, oh, help my life. Can we do this thing tomorrow? Oh, I have this." They can even lie, right? So it is the onus is on you, the candidates. You see the problem now. Now you go accept.
I know,
Say you go
say,
do
so what I've
fire
realized
brigade
is,
approach interview. Now you accept. Now you come they say this HR. Me when you had the opportunity to say, "Oh no, sorry, I have this, and that." Let me tell you, as a consultant, I have returned money to a client before because she was telling me on Sunday night to call people to come for interview 8 a.m. Orchid Road. Do you know where Orchid
I
is?
know where okay this now. Lucky.
Lagos. Orchid. Come, some
Traffic.
of them are on the mainland. I just told her, "Man, it cannot work." He said, "No, no, no. As the HR, I'm not supposed to be telling her what to do. She will tell me what to do and I'll follow through." I said, "This one will stress my life. Madam, no
Anna,
vex. Let
I
me
beg,
send that
send
to
your
your account
account
number.
number.
Let me do a refund."
Refund your money.
Simple. All right? Now, this is me in between. And I'm even saying, peradventure, I even reach out. I don't have sense. And I say, "You know what? My money is my business. You come for." Some people will come. But then some people, whether they know their worth or not, will tell me, "I'm sorry, I can't make it." Right? And trust me, it's now also on me to decide if I want to reschedule the interview or not. Okay?
Yeah.
So again, candidates should not be fueling these people who actually don't know their jobs or are lagging behind.
So, speaking of good HR, I remember this same HR lady I was talking about. I remember this was 2020. I didn't have a job. I was actually working remotely for like some e-commerce place, and they ran out of products and they couldn't ship into Nigeria. So I was out of a job. Wonderful, because I sold them really fast. But so I applied for some jobs. At this point, I was already depressed. I was anxious. I was not bringing in any income. My sister was the one feeding me literally, and my dad. But I applied for like some jobs in some places, and my phone was bad. But I already had anxiety issues from like a former company I worked with, and I really didn't like picking like phone calls. So as at then, but now I'll pick phone calls. If I don't want to talk to you, I'll cut the call. I've overgrown that. So my phone was bad at a point, but at the same time, I was using it as an excuse not to repair it and pick phone calls. But I was applying to jobs because I was using my laptop to apply to jobs. So what I was thinking was that I'll just get an email. But I just put my SIM card in my sister's phone and I got a phone call. At first, I didn't pick. The first day, I didn't pick. The second day, I didn't pick. The third day, I picked. And she was like, "Hi, I've been trying to reach you for the past 3 weeks. You applied to our company and I've been trying to get you. Like, where have you been?" And I'm like, wow, this is persistence. And how many bad CVs did she get?
That's true, Sha.
So she
That's
was like,
also an angle.
she was like, "Hi, I've been trying to reach out to you. Where have you been?" So no. I was like, "I'm sorry, my phone was bad." And she was like, "But it rang." I'm like, "I'm so sorry." She was like, okay. So we're having interview for the role that you applied for. Can you do it tomorrow? I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Why not?" She was like, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yeah, I'm very sure. I can. Somebody that is jobless, what do I have to do?" If you call me in why they apply, if you call me and say, "Come and say something," I will stand up and I will say it because I really don't have any mental stress on my head from like another office that I'm working with and all of that. But now if you tell me, "Come and prepare, come and have interview tomorrow," I'll tell you,
I'll be
please,
first to make I think.
please, I use God. I'm begging you. So she was like, "Am I sure? I want to reschedule." I'm like, no. Tomorrow works. She was like, so we have 12 p.m., we have 4 p.m. I'm like, "Okay, let's do 12. She was like, "Ah." I said, yeah, let's do 12. And I had the interview with her and the CEO on the call. Then I had another I had with her, the CEO, and like some other people on the call. Then I had the second interview, and they gave me tests to do. So I did the test. Right now, if you're giving me tests to do, you're gonna pay. Caveats. You're gonna
A
pay.
boss.
You're gonna have to pay for the knowledge. Yeah. So they gave me some tests to do and I submitted the test and they're like, "Oh, we want you to come and present." They said they didn't even want you to submit. I'm actually very happy for HRs that don't want you to submit because it's still ideas a lot. It happens, really. So they were like, "We want you to present. We don't even need you to submit it. We just want you to present it." And I presented. And the next 2 days after the presentation, she called me. She was like, "Well, out of everybody, you got, I think there were 6 people. You got 5 yeses and 1 no. So I would like to formally congratulate you." She was so professional, so sweet. I'm like, so I don't get job like this. And but I was really happy entering that space because I knew that if everybody was not on my side, the HRO was
Was on your
on
side.
my side. And I went in there wanting to know that one person that said no. I didn't find that.
You wanted to fight.
Yes, nah, sure.
But no, now. At least you got 5 yeses.
Maybe it's because the person have somebody you want to bring inside the
It's not
company.
always like that.
I know, of course.
Yeah.
I know, but some people don't just like you, but it's fine.
yeah,
We
actually.
move, yeah. So I think those are like, that is one of, again, same good experience. I'm not saying that there are like bad HR people. Sorry, I'm not saying that they are all HR people are bad. It's just that there is a certain perception that is already placed on them.
Yeah.
So I think the next question now is what are HR people trying to do to help, or the next discussion we should have rather than question, because as I said, we're not trying to have questions.
Yeah, I still have question.
Hold on.
No,
What are HR people doing for young people? Because when I came into the job market, I did not know how to write email. Please. I didn't know how to write email. I'm sure a lot of us didn't know how to write emails. We had to learn that. So what are the HR guys doing? Are you people going to schools? Are you people teaching these young people? Give us facts. Give us what is going on? Because it's not just I think you guys are focused on like people already in the job market. There are a lot of people that don't know these things and they are leaving schools very soon.
Okay, very true. So there's something I like to say everywhere I go to, and some persons in the HR space are already fighting me, but there's no problem. All right, me, I'm ready for fights. I feel like there are two crops of HR right now.
Okay.
The older ones that I don't want to say so much about, so that they don't come for me again. And then there are the younger ones, millennials, early millennials, and even Gen Zers, Gen Z HRs and all of that. We're trying to do HR differently. If you check the way we dress differently.
Like the way you are dressed, because
Yeah,
I plan on
exactly.
dragging you.
See the way I
I
dress.
see your body. See me. I came to work today.
So I'm currently teaching people how to get into HR. So I teach about over 150 people, every Saturday. It's called the 4 Saturdays of HR, right? Free of charge. So it's partly what HR is doing. It's partly what HR is doing for young people. So I'll come to that. But one of the facilitators that came to teach last week he plaits his hair, Demola Scott. And then people were like, HR really? Yes. So we're doing HR differently, to be honest. So this crop of HR that I'm talking about, you find them going to schools, universities, right? There's one from I can't remember the name of the company now. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be promoting companies on this show. But then I know of some younger HRs that will go to universities. A lot of us, accept invitations to come talk at either career days, in school and all of that. Because at the end of the day, if we are saying that a lot of people are not employable, what are we now doing
to make sure they are employable?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So a lot of us are actually going to schools to tell them that, see, yes, you are probably graduating with first class. Congratulations. But sometimes this your first class does not really translate to what happens in the world of work. You will see people who, in HR, we have something called gut feeling. Sometimes, as shocking as it sounds, I might pick a 2-2 over a first class. Because this first class is already showing me the signs of a robot. And I don't want a robot. I know that my company is a fast-paced company. And as such, I need someone who is not just hitting the ground running. Someone who is going to adjust to a lot of things. Right?
Yeah.
So, and this 2-2 person actually fits into it. Now, this 2-2 person will not fit into it if we don't have conversations from the very beginning where we're telling them that, oh, yes, fantastic. Keep your grades one side. Learn employable skills. Things that will actually set you apart when you go out there. So there are a lot of us that belong to this crop of HR. We go out, we teach people, we equip people, we go on spaces. I'm here now. I'm trying to talk to people. Right?
We are your friends.
Exactly. Differently from, the older guys who, because a lot of them, trust me, talking about this bad HR PR and good HR PR. A lot of these younger people, older people are the ones that spoiled this thing for us. And I'm not even scared to say it. A lot of them played that role of Lord and Master. A lot of them played that role of, you can only come to my office when you are going to be getting queried or you're going to be getting sacked. Unlike the young HRs now that will call you to their office and they just want to talk. In fact, they don't even call you to their office. Me, I don't sit in my office. I go around to people. We talk, we gist. All right? That's basically how we're doing it. So we are equipping people, all right? We're going to schools, we're equipping people. We're teaching people employable skills. On Twitter, on our social media handles, and social media platforms, we're teaching people. Personally, I teach people every morning how to ace interviews. What else do you want from me?
I want to ask a question.
Every morning.
I want to ask a question. Are Gen Z's lazy?
Gen Z? So this is the way I love Gen Zers a lot. Gen Zers are doing things differently because they've seen their parents work for 30, 35 years, and when they retire, they give them microwave, bag of rice, pressing iron. No. These guys are saying, keep all of that to yourself. I'm going to request for more. If you don't give me more, I'm going to move.
No loyalty.
Yeah. A lot of them are crackheads, no doubt. Right? Some of them, it's not banter, it's not joke when we say some of them don't even care about the policy. Yeah. They leave you on your job and go away.
They will not resign.
But they are not lazy people. the thing is, if you put them in a space where they are very comfortable and then they see themselves as part of the big picture. Now, this is where a lot of companies miss it.
Good.
The way you treat baby boomers,
Millennials.
Generation X, millennials is different from the way you treat Gen Zers. Gen Zers, you have to bring them on board. Tell them that, see, this is why you are important. We're in a chain. You are holding this part of the chain. If you leave it, this company is going to fall. Trust me, that Gen Z is going to give you everything. Simple.
So,
Put
basically,
them-
you are saying we are a family. Because me,
No,
I know
no,
they
no.
do we
I
are a
don't do we are a
family.
family
I
because-
don't do we are a
because
family.
a lot of
Because me, I'm
people
not a
misconstrue-
family.
He's
He's
playing
going
with the
through-
angle where I
A
will
lot
have
of
more
people
ass on
misconstrue that we are family narrative. That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is, I'm telling you that you are part of the big picture. It's different from we are family. You're part of the big picture. If you are not putting in the work, this is how important you are to this company. And as such, if you drop the bar, this company is sinking. So I'm telling you that you are very important to the success of this company. I'm not saying we are family. Oh, let's do things like no. That's what I'm saying. No, at all. So Gen Zers are
Me,
not
I'm
lazy
not,
people.
me, I'm not saying we are family.
Don't do we are family because
I
a lot
don't
of
do
times
we are
we are family
family.
is scam. Oh.
We are family.
There's a question I want to ask regarding now. This is not regarding people just coming in. It's regarding employees of a particular organization. Will you classify HRs as friends or enemies
Exactly.
to employees?
First things first.
Yes.
HR is not supposed to be your friend.
Bam.
Enemy.
HR is not even your
Bam.
friend.
You see this
Continue.
one? We have put stamp.
Today,
Bam, bam,
today,
bam.
if you
Yes.
go to
On
my
it.
IG, you will see it. I posted it there. HR is not your friend.
Good.
HR is your strategic partner. Yes,
Don't
I'm not supposed to be your
formalize
friend.
them again.
formalize
No, I'm not supposed to be your friend in the first place. So that's the problem, right? A lot of you think that because I'm in HR, I must be jovial, I must be friendly, I must be a therapist.
That's not what I mean, Shabbat.
I must be no. That's what are the attributes of a friend? When you break down sometimes, they give you a shoulder to cry, right? Trust me, even me as HR, sometimes
dey
I
break
enter
it
inside
out.
toilet, I go
cry.
cry. Because me and management don't fight. We don't fight on top one salary, this thing. And they're telling me, I'm telling management that, see now, fuel,
Good.
expensive.
This guy, they go my
You know
way.
they. This one, people are suffering. Management, they tell me, say, okay, Moses, I agree with all these things you have said. But me too. See the salary I'm paying. See the money we are buying diesel. See the money we are using to do this. They will now throw the dice back to you. What do you advise us?
It's simple. Olga, reduce your salary, Olga.
Oga, reduce your salary, no problem. They will also tell you, HR, go back, downsize. Sack 30 people.
Okay.
You go come enter toilet, go cry. Because now you shoot
We
yourself
are,
for leg.
we are, we are, we are, we are in a,
So-
we are in a state of
So,
coffee.
exactly. So,
Right now.
but the thing is, let's not get it twisted, right? Yeah, I like that story of that wonderful HR you shared. Some HRs naturally, some people naturally are endearing. They accommodate people.
Yeah.
Some people are not. Take it down to our profession, HR. HR is not supposed to be your friend. It's a very hard truth.
Yeah.
A very bitter pill to swallow. It's not supposed to be your friend. I'm supposed to look at things objectively, right? And that's why me now, if I'm going to sack somebody, as fantastic and as wonderful as I can be, I just sack people too. But I sack people in such a way that I will sack you, you will tell me thank you.
Okay.
What kind of psychological
I'll
reversal
sack you,
is
you will not
that?
tell me, oh, you're my G.
How?
I will write a rejection mail. I'm telling you that you're not qualified for this job, but I'll write it. And over your screen, you're like,
There is no rejection mail that is nice. Oh. Don't mind them.
no, my own rejection mail is like love letter.
It's not love
I write
letter.
it and you like, hey,
Once I see sorry,
is
we
this
are.
guy?
You
Well,
don't need to read it.
I,
No, I'm not
I'm very
reading.
sure that
I'm not
some
reading.
ladies when they read my rejection letter, they'll be like, are you? Is it me? Are you? Is this guy looking into my eyes and telling me these things? But then, in the grand scheme of things, HR is not supposed to be your friend.
So finally, we have agreed. We now know HR it's not your friend.
You know the funny thing, I'm
Like,
so
back of your
happy.
ear, HR is not your friend.
I'm so happy
That
that
your
he has
fine
said
HR really
it
caught eye for you.
on the platform here.
They said
Yes.
it. HR is not your
Thou
friend.
shalt not be deceived.
Like those smiles.
It's not your friend.
Now, good. Situations revolving around, let's say, salary increments, stuff like that. Maybe after a short while, or maybe someone has been in the organization for quite some time, and the person needs salary increase. And the person comes to you and says, HR, CEO, can't react, or I've been here for X, Y amount of years, I've not gotten any increment, stuff like that. He thinks you as the HR, he wants, and he's not giving you a particular, but he wants an increment. How do you go about it, or what advice do you give those people? And you say, if you know, say, yeah, the person said you try.
Yeah.
Just try.
So my first advice, 2 ways.
Yeah.
First advice to you listening to me. If you work in a place and then you have to go and remind HR and management that you need a salary increment, please start planning your exits and leave. You're not working in a good place. Yes. And this is the reason why I'm saying it.
Okay.
Normally,
Good.
salary increment is an objective exercise.
It should be a KPI for the HR.
There's KPI. There's reason why everybody has a KPI to meet. And there's something we also call PMS, Performance Management System. We put that into play, and we're telling you that maybe quarterly or twice a year, we'll do appraisal. Appraisal is supposed to lead us somewhere. But a lot of companies are 419.
They'll just do the
Right?
appraisal and
They'll
leave.
just do appraisal and tell you, no.
No, they'll buy you pizza.
You buy pizza, take
Buy
it.
you
lunch,
pizza.
everybody
You go and
pay.
say,
Free lunch,
Take it to ICM to go and watch film. No. Normally, appraisal is supposed to lead some. I mean, the other day I asked a question on Twitter, and I was saying, what's the benefits of working in your company? See some people saying they pay your salary on time. I was shaking my head that's not benefits. That's your right. You signed contract. And again, I blame you people. You go sign contract, you don't even know what you're signing. All you care about is Naira and Kobo. You just go to that place that says, oh, this is
It's
the
not
amount
Naira
that
and
they're paying me.
Kobo. Gross
This is the
and
amount-
net.
Yeah, this is the amount they're paying
Gross
me,
and
and that's
net.
all. And that's your business. You don't even go through other parts of the document that say, oh, we're supposed to be paying you this, and if we fail to pay you, this is what and what and what. Yeah, some documents say that.
Yes.
All right? So all I'm saying is, if you're working in a company where you have to always go to remind them, probably you're not working in a good place. All right? That one is like the first truth that you should hold.
Red
in your
flag
left-
one.
Yes, in your left palm. All right? Second truth. Meeting HR is fantastic because, at the end of the day, now HR you go meet.
Yeah.
But HR doesn't really have the power to increase your salary. Salaries are made or marred during a conversation that happens sometime in the year, where all the stakeholders in the business sits down and then they make projections. They look at their margins. They say, this is where we are coming from. This is where we are. This is where we are going to. If we hit X, Y, Z, so that's where a company CEO will now set the objective for the year. You are saying, this is our objective for the year. Me, HR, I will now interpret it to PMS. That thing I spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
I now interpret it to say, okay, this objective is saying, and that's why there are different words for different, people. Sales, you don't say support. You say achieve.
Achieve, yeah.
So achieve XYZ targets. So what I'm saying is, if I give a KPI and say, if you achieve XYZ targets, you're getting ABC profits, or whatever you want to call it. Then for people like us in HR, in marketing, support staff, admin and all of that, we say support XYZ to achieve this, all right? So in the grand scheme of things, HR doesn't have that sole responsibility, or is not saddled with the responsibility
Yes, I know.
to increase
The salary.
or decrease your salary. You can only make an appeal. So
Yeah.
when you meet HR will come find way sugarcoat them, because that's my job. I'll sugarcoat it. I will never tell you that it's not my job to increase salary, because that would be very, very unprofessional. I'll just find a way, sugarcoat them. put your mind at rest. Say, don't worry, I got you. I will go fight. Right? I will go fight. Don't be say lie. I can't tell you that. If not, you.
They lie, corporate liars.
I can't tell you that.
HR. Liars.
But then I have to tell you that, right?
No, look
I have
at
to
it
tell
and tell you. Give us next quarter. She will get an increment.
Yes.
Go work like Jackie.
That's because even me
sweat.
in management meeting, I've raised those concerns. And CEO has told me that forget about it this quarter, till next quarter. So I have to find CEO doesn't give a hoot how you feel about his communication. He will tell you and stamp it. You will not say the same to an employee.
Yeah.
And that's why you are in between management and them. So you find a way to now water it down. You will never even say it cannot happen this quarter.
You have been casting management. I love it.
Mm.
See, because
Cast
sometimes
them. Cast
Because-
the management.
because the HR people are like the devils, like that are in front.
Yes, we're
not
always at the
knowing that
receiving end.
exactly, not knowing that it's the management that is actually.
Why I ask this? Because it's painful that you get to work in an organization, and I give a very good example. It might look as if I'm calling out people for no problem. That is going to happen. For example, look at during this period when the whole fuel stuff increased nationwide, right? Banks, some banks that were really proactive had increments, true or false? Like, be it for both professional, be it for both contracts, right?
I agree, yeah.
Like, quickly. But you still have some banks that did not do anything. I'm not going to mention them.
And they are declaring profit too.
The bank, I know their color there's purple in their color chart. I don't know. There are different banks that have purple.
They should not drag us.
They will not go and drag me. They have purple. You get? The staffs had to go on like in-house own strike. Like, if now one circle of but we know they work. And even after doing that, I don't think that salary was still increased, because now the other set, which is like the professional staffs or like the so-called the full staffs of the bank, all got increments. But you're like, why? What is wrong? And all these feelings, all these anxiety, were all related to HR. Like, please do something. Like, country hard. You're earning like barely, like, this is a bank. Bank, for God's sake. They're still paying 50K, 61,000. Like, you smoke sheets, but no problem. And this guy, I'm like, I was pained. I'm like, why? Like, is it that the HRs can do something, or the HRs can recommend? And
They obviously can't.
To be truthful.
From
like,
what he's saying
this
right
is-
now.
You can see, as HR, you can only try. But one thing a lot of you don't understand is HR too is a staff. There's a way
And
you
he
will
too
push.
can be fired.
There's a way you will push some things there, and
Yeah.
they'll tell you pop and play that. If you bring this again to my table, you're going to be fired. And you know one of the most painful thing about HRs being fired? Sometimes, so in our profession, we call it falling on your sword. If you are at a level in HR, nobody actually sacks you. You sack yourself.
That you just resign.
You go sack yourself.
You
go
type
write
your sack letter.
and send it.
To yourself.
Yes.
Like,
Do you know how embarrassing that is? Now you they use yourself. Now you they use your own hand, pursue yourself out of work. All right. So there's a limit to what HRs too can do. All right.
Okay.
But again, if we want to look at it from a different lens, is this company making profits? Is this bank? See, not that you are
they are not
inferring-
making profit. I agree. Let's assume they are not making profit. Profit, but you increased
For full-time staff.
for full time about, let's say, 30 to 50%, and the others not even, no matter how little. You get my point?
Yeah.
You see how crazy it can be.
So
how will you
in that case, it's just a question of priorities. It's just a question of priorities, and also a question of priorities on the side of the company.
management?
Some companies, whether you like it or not. Should I mention? No, I will not mention.
You can just use they have color. Use color.
Just
Just say their color.
Because I know of a company for a fact. If the contract staff are going through hell, it's none of their business. Because to them, they're a bloody contract staff and nothing changes. So for them, their priority is on their full-time staff, FTE, nothing more than that. But a sensible company, rather than doing, and again, that's where, that's why I always tell people in my space, do this HR in such a way that you can command respect. Because it's not everybody it's not every HR that you can also tell that, are you mad if I'm talking? No, there's some HR in my industry that when they tell you, they give you a recommendation, even captains of industry will say, okay, yes, sir. So build yourself to that level. In times like that, that sensible HR will say, instead of giving a full-time staff 50%, why not split it? Trust me, do you know the funny thing? A 20% increment for a contract staff means a lot to them. I remember a time that I pushed for, what's it called? 6,000 naira addition to contract staff in my former place of work. All of them, they were dancing. 6,000 naira.
It's actually nothing.
6,000 naira.
It's like the whole world.
6,000 naira is around like say $5 or how
Yeah.
$4.
Like $4, right?
Imagine.
They were so happy. So a sensible HR in that sense would say, rather than lumping everything on the full-time guys, let's split it. But again, like I said, it's a question of,
all this bank in Nigeria, now they yell now squad.
well, you must be very sure that the bank is actually making profit to now shoulder all the responsibility. But since you said they did for one part and leave the other part.
We have to wrap up.
Just quick one. I know this discussion is a discussion for another day, but I will just ask it because I've been once in that space.
Yeah.
This issue of full-time staffs and contract staffs. Just from one or two things I've heard, I may be wrong, but this is not full details. My friend, I have a couple of friends who are outside the country, and they tell me, most especially the UK, and they tell me, over there in the UK, they pay the contract staffs more than the full-time staffs.
I think maybe because most of the time the contract staffs are actually
Yes,
consultants.
I'm like, okay. But in Nigeria, contract staff, the Jackie. And the truth is, most of those contract staffs, they actually do more of the work. Sometimes. In short, most of the times. Like, they are actually the one making the system run. If you remove them off that system, you see how that system
Crash.
Crash is an understatement.
Collapse.
You collapse.
The wall of Jericho.
You get what I mean? Like, if you remove them like this, just say, okay, everybody come back the next day. You will not see it. But why is it that when it comes to Nigeria, I don't say Africa, but Nigeria as a whole, you have this huge discrepancy that there's a very big lag between the full-time staffs and the contract staff. They don't treat them well. And then at the end of the day, you hear that, okay, there's one consulting firm that blah, 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 they pay this, the money goes. I'm like, what the F?
You have just hit the nail on the head. So most times, my former place of work, I had to push that our contract staff be insourced. They were formerly outsourced. They were under 3 different consulting firms. Security guys, if you go back to the books and see how much they are actually paid.
Earning is so...
So now, the company pays to consulting firm. What then happens between consulting firm and their staff? Because whether you like it or not, in that regard, that security guy is not your staff. It's their staff. I have not done HRing in the US or outside Nigeria before. But what I'm saying is, there's a lot of discrepancies happening in Nigeria, right? And this is one of the major ones that we just talked about. A lot of these guys are gaming the system. Instead of paying these people, because they will also say, we said one shop. So if, for instance, you pay 100,000 naira to a security guy, most times they don't even earn that much. 100,000. Now, the consulting firm might now chop it down to 30,000 naira.
Yes,
and take the 70,000
naira. And it's happening.
So,
I know.
In that case now, I'm asking you back.
What do you expect?
Will you
the HR
blame
person to
HR? Please face that. Where's your camera? Face your camera as you're saying it.
HR.
Will you blame HR?
Management.
Or you blame the consultant?
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for
All right.
coming.
Thank you too for having
So
me.
I want you to give us like 2 truths and 1 lie. Let people guess in the comment section, then we can wrap up.
2 truths and 1 lie. I've been to over 31 states in Nigeria. I attended a military school.
31 state, that one I lie.
I love fish so much.
Guys, please. I really don't know.
Love
But you
fish.
guys should guess in the comments. Like, what's the truth?
I really can't. But please, while
truth
we're
and the
about to let
lies.
you go, please try and bring up this conversation on your Twitter space.
Yeah, sure.
Please. And tag all those
I think we should actually have a Twitter space.
Yes, please, let's
Ruwazi.
do.
all
Let's
those
have a
banks in
Twitter space,
Nigeria
yeah.
Let's
that
do.
are suffering people.
Me,
they know they are
I've accepted the emblem on my head now. They say I'm a troublemaker. I'm the one
And
always.
you are not anybody's
They're always
friend.
asking. They're always. I don't know if I even go on space. They will ask my other friends. They will ask him on Faith the question that will not put him into trouble. But
Then
you see, they'll say, why is this person
It's
slapping
because
this
there
person?
is Hoga in your name.
So I've accepted it. Don't worry. Invite
Hoga
me
means
for
boss.
space.
No problem.
Invite me
We're
for
coming
space.
for
Let's
you.
go and fight.
We're
Yes.
coming for you. That one is live,
we
Bastos.
must continue
Yeah.
this conversation.
All right.
sure.
Thank you
Alright.
so much. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us today.
Thank
This
you
is
for having me. Thank
the
you very much.
Lifestyle Mapping Podcasts. And yeah, this is our 3rd episode, as I've said.
I think we are getting good at this.
I think we are.
We're doing a good job.
Please.
Okay, I increase myself.
We are. Again, shout out to Joseph.
You understand, nigga? Chop my boy.
All right. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you,
Please
guys,
don't forget
and-
to subscribe, follow us, like, enjoy our content, watch, and give feedback below too. So thank you so much.
If you add me, I will follow.
Thank you so much, guys. Bye.